Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome yourselves to another ECC stream. It is the second match day of the season. Of course, very second day of league playing already. We got some more matches going. Of course, what more could we want? And of course, today we've only got one match on our schedule. That will be Ascension against Ascension Chronos. A little bit of a derby between the two rosters here, and this will be in Division 3. So we have that to look forward to, but before we dive any further into it, we need to introduce ourselves, of course. Again, my name is Faded, and joining me once more is the one and only Sabi. How are you today?
Doing great, doing great. Once again, as you mentioned, we got a bit of a grudge match here between two teams from the same org, and should be a really exciting evening of Rocket League for us to see.
Yes, certainly. So we'll have a quick rundown of both these teams before we dive any further. So first off, we got Ascension, who is number 1 seed in Division 3. Of course, their roster is Chucho, Cherry, Cool, and Jez, who's a sub, but we got words that Jez is actually going to be playing in place of Chucho today. So that is that. And then as for the side of Ascension Chronos, they're all the way down at seed 10. And of course, their roster Sky, Per, Mane, and then Horo and Ryan as their subs. So that's the rundown of both these teams here. So yeah, looking pretty exciting here. Sadly, both the lineups here, of course, on opposite sides of the spectrum on a league table. Ascension, you could say, are very heavy favourites here, but still, I think Ascension, Chronos, they could really do some damage here.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, looking at this division, any series anyone can win. It's just going to come down to how they can play on the field, as we mentioned yesterday. Sometimes it's not the statistically better team that wins the series. And yeah, again, looking at the rosters, we've got some great to see some familiar faces, some veterans of ECC, notably Jez, the founder himself, legendary figure, returning to play in the league. And we've also got some other really familiar faces. Obviously, you mentioned the main Ascension roster, Cool and Sherry have been around for a while now, and the Chronos team have all been sort of playing for a few seasons, and it's really good to see these guys sticking around and seeing what they can do here in Division 3.
Yeah, certainly. Of course, Ascension are a returning team from last season. They came 4th in last season's playoffs, where I believe they lost to DSA and Snakebite. So unfortunately, they couldn't get themselves into the chance for promotion. Whereas Ascension Chronos, they actually promoted from last season's Division 3, which is now Division 4. They beat ILB Saffron in the finals of the playoffs, even though it didn't really matter in terms of promotion. They're here now in the end. So yeah, two different lineups here, but of course from the same org, so there's a bit of a grudge match to see who's a better team. Of course, Ascension's technically the main roster of the Ascension org, so if Ascension Chronos manage to beat them, then well, yeah, that's a bit awkward for them. But anyways, I think enough chat about both these teams. I will now hop into the predictions, Savvy. I'll hand it to you first. Who have you got to win this match?
Well, I think looking at the previous record of these two teams, I'm going to have to give this one to Ascension 3-0. I mean, they're just such a strong team, heavy favourites to take it all in Division 3 this season. And I think that if they don't come out with a win here, they'll be quite disappointed themselves, personally.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you fully on that one. I think Ascension will come out with the big 3-0 sweep here. They really want to prove something here today, that they should definitely be the main Ascension roster here. So I'm going to show who's the better of the two sides here, but I'm sure the Chronos side will be hungry as well to potentially get a result here, at least get a couple games if possible. They're heavy on the dogs, but I'm sure they could potentially pull something out the bag here. So I'm going to see here, no one's in the lobby yet actually, it's rather inconvenient, but I'm sure the players will be here soon. Which, yeah, it's the Ascension team here. So yeah, they are here. Just waiting on the Chronos side now. So yeah, Cool's actually typed the chat, but we'll just ignore him for the time being. So, yeah, Savvy, of course, both these lineups coming in. Of course, I think Chronos, looking at the previous results, they're on a good run of form. They actually had, they only suffered 2 losses last season for the ECC in, the last Division 3, which is now Division 4. So they've had a really good run of form, whereas the main Ascension roster, we know in the offseason they had a bit of roster issues here. But they are coming in now with a brand new, fresh roster here. So yeah, we can hope they can do some damage. They had a decent showing in last season as well. They went 6-3, and they had the 3rd seed for playoffs, but they couldn't do much in the playoffs. So yeah, that is what's happening here. So yeah, definitely going to be an exciting match. Can't wait to see it. We're still waiting on the Chronos side to come in here. But yeah, you guys in chat can actually feel free to make your own predictions if you wish, whilst we are waiting for the other side to come in of Ascension Chronos. So of course you can feel free to tell us what you think. Of course, we'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on who could potentially win this one. Of course, I think even though Ascension are the favourites, there could still be some fans for the opposite side here. So saying Mercurius, he's thinking Ascension wins for this one. Very fair prediction, and it appears that the Ascension Chronos side are in, but they've absolutely beamed it by joining the teams. I think the game starts automatically. That is rather unfortunate.
Yeah, and we seem to have an interesting set of names on the Chronos side. We are going to have to remake the lobby, I believe.
Yeah, we will have to make it.
So I think we'll keep that one a secret as to what they've done with their names, because that is quite something.
You guys are not allowed to see yet, but they do have some very interesting names, I must say myself. So
trying to figure out which is which right now.
Yeah, that's actually the interesting thing. We need to know who is who on the side of Ascension Chronos. So they're not using their actual names, they're using very similar names, but yeah, it's always Ascension Chronos. They always the Ascension seems like to troll each other for some reason, because if you guys saw what Jez put on Twitter not too long ago, earlier today, it was actually a previous clip that I uploaded on my Twitter back when Havoc was still with us. And of course, they stood stuff like 20 seconds straight, and it just confused the hell out of everyone. But I don't know, will this happen again? We don't know.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. So yeah, I believe we're just waiting on one more player. There we go. So I think now Savvy will finally get into this one. We'll not waste any more time. Again, guys, it's Ascension and Ascension Chronos, the derby here in Division 2 between the two Ascension rosters. Let's dive into this one. We'll be back right after the map animation. Alright guys, we're now into game 1 of this series between Ascension and Ascension Chronos, and yeah, Jesus Christ, what are they doing already?
Yeah, we called it earlier. We knew they might have been up to something, and here it is.
Yeah. Right, I think you guys can actually
what a goal!
Is that a turtle goal?
Cool, showing off his mechanical prowess there.
Wow.
Shrugging off the bump from his teammate. Turtle shot over the defenders, no chance for them. What a goal from the young Cool. Unbelievable start for Ascension.
Yeah, brilliant stuff, and they score one goal, and I think they're going to play it finally. Now, you guys will also notice the names we're on about. We do have Skenis, Zenis, and Manus here. I believe Manus is Mane, Skenis is Sky, and Zenis is Power. I think we agree on Savvy.
Yeah, we've done
if you guys are wondering, that's what they are, but I'm going to refer to them as the in-game names here, because I think it's more funny. But anyway, now with that, let's go into the actual match. Let's see who will come up on top. Of course, Ascension, they've claimed the early lead here after Cool's absolutely spectacular goal from earlier. So let's see what they can do, as Manus is here for the shot off the post. And now Skenis putting his center. Zenis actually turns back for this one, and now Jez will be the one on the ball here. Oh, Zenis has a massive challenge on that. Gets a lot of power on it, and now Cherry struggling a little bit here. Actually misses contact on the ball, but fakes out Manus there, the attacking player. Now here comes Jez, going for the air dribble here. What can he do with this? He drops it for Cherry, but he puts it wide. Now here comes Skenis, popping it high. Cool is up for a potential shot here, but manages to clear it out. Now Zenis taking this one forward. Cherry forces 50, but it is into the hands of Manus, who's looking to put this one center. Drops it into the box, but Skenis decides to stay back. He doesn't want to dive in as the third man there, which is understandable. But Jez, they're coming in. Oh, that was a really nice try on that one. Cool with the follow-up. A nice setup from Jez for Cool, and that'll be 2-0 now for Ascension.
Yeah, the first real goal of the series going to Cool as well as his weird total here. And it's a great strike into the top corner. Jez with a fantastic pass off the backboard on the redirect, and Ascension here looking to get a nice early start to set the precedent for a dominating series from them.
Yeah, certainly. Now off the kickoff, here's Zenith with a shot on net. Here comes Jez for the save. Now bouncing to the middle. There's no one contesting the ball here, but double coming here with Ascension Chronos. Zenith tries with a double tap, almost had, but couldn't find a nice angle now, unfortunately. And then Zenith Chronos back into the box, Cool off the backward down to Cherry. Having a bit of trouble with this one. Now Skenis just taking Cool out of the game here. We'll be keeping this one up, but actually just lays it off to Jez, who will boom it out and away. Now Manus touching it down. Skenis going for the demo, but Manus couldn't get the follow-up, unfortunately. And now Cherry's looking to work this one. Zenith in a bit of an awkward spot, but can still force that 50. Jez's shot is denied. Now Skenis. First one into the center. Cool. Going for a bit of a dribble, but he's just bumped again. And now this one being blocked, it's blocked essentially. Jez puts it out. Zenith try to put this one out into center for his teammate. Now Manus bring it out. Cool drops it. Yeah, Savvy now it's calmed down a little bit, but I'm noticing Ascension Chronos are actually going for a lot of demos for whatever reason, trying to take players out of the game, and they're trying to go for a couple like passing touches here, but no one is there for them. But Chronos, very interesting playstyle coming into this one, and you know, it's about time that it could potentially net them a goal.
Yeah, I mean, no, going into this game, they know that the underdogs are going to be just mechanically and positioning-wise just a little bit slower and a little bit less consistent. So getting those demos in, as you mentioned, are going to be a great way to put pressure on. And speaking of pressure, Zenith can't quite convert the open net. That's so unfortunate off the crossbar and the post. But yeah, it seems to be working out for them as they've had their fair share of pressure so far in game one.
Yeah, definitely. I think demos could really net them something more. Of course, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more coordination on it, a bit more confidence from the players, not just go for a chance. You need to really take the chances when they come, because they're not going to be scoring any other way. But I do like the ideas from them. But Cool now has an open net to work with. Skenis gets it off the crossbar. Now Cool try to go up for more, but it is walked away. Cherry now for potential center, but there's no power on that. Now Jez first one to the middle. And Manus up for this. It's a little bit awkward for them. Manus is just throwing himself at the ball. Cool being very patient there. Just letting them panic there. And now Jez off the sidewall gets a block, and it is all the way out. Now going for one more. Nice beat from Zenith. Cool. And puts it back down the field. Manus, the last man. Jez also off for this. Actually lands a touch. And it is for Cool, but the shot is just over the net. Another pretty good setup there, but couldn't convert. But still 2-0 up. 1 minute left. Now, finally, Ascension Chronos will score. Manus does capitalise off of that one. And they do get themselves on the board, finally.
Yeah, I mean, all that pressure they've been having has been finally paying off. And Manus there, off the wall, no assist given. But yeah, getting themselves back into the game with 50 seconds left. Plenty of time for a comeback. And Chronos putting up a good fight here in game one already.
Yeah, they got 50 seconds to work with, and you know, they showed a lot of promise on the attacking side, so certainly an equalizer is not out of the question just yet, as Manus tries to pop this one. Jez looks to pass one. Zenith, the last man back. Jez is chasing for this demo, but Zenith, brilliant movement there to get out of the way and deny the shooting chance there. As now Cherry takes one out of the sky. Cool gets the pass. The last man Zenith needs to rush back for this one. He actually misreads that one. Thought the shot was going to come in earlier from Cherry. Now Cherry into the center for Jez, and he will manage to beat the defenders to that 3-1 now. The game should surely be in the bag here for Ascension.
Yeah, Jez the aerial threat here coming in with the dunk on Skenis that time. Can't quite get it away in time, and Jez very fast to ball there to punish. And Ascension, yeah, trying to just shut out the game here with 15 seconds left. It's not completely over, but Ascension looking very strong here.
Very strong indeed, as they're looking for one more goal here. Jez just bangs that in. Cool just gets a nice soft touch here. Just stop it perfectly for him. Brilliant plays here for Ascension, setting themselves, each other up very well. It's netted them, you know, 4 goals here. Looking very strong in this first game.
Yeah, as you say, it's a great touch from Cool. Not quite a creative touch to just tap it down there, but Jez is ready for it. Clearly they've got great communication and synergy together, and they're knowing that what's going on. And once again, yeah, Cool and Jez linking up for that offensive pressure, and it's paying off really well for them at the moment. With game one being in the bag.
Yep, there we go. 1-0 to Ascension in the series, and yeah, in dominant fashion, just as we expected, sadly. But now going to the second game, we mentioned earlier on the game, we saw the Chronos side, they were making use of a lot of demos, and unfortunately couldn't get more out of that one there. But I think they should be continuing with that, of course. But is there anything else you really could think of that Chronos should change so they could actually have more of a chance here coming in the second game?
Yeah, I feel like one thing in particular was that their challenges in defense were coming in a little bit late. I mean, as we noticed on Jez's first goal, I believe it was, where he got the dunk in on the defender. It was just because the defenders just weren't quite there fast enough. You know, he had the time to get into position to get the dunk, and because of that, Chronos are really struggling at the moment. So as well as the demos, they need to start just challenging the ball, being more confident, and playing the way they want to play at the moment.
Yeah, so we'll see if they can adapt in the second game. It'll be coming right up in just a moment. Game 2 here, Ascension, the main team getting a 4-1 victory over their fellow members of the Ascension org here, the Chronos team. And now they'll look to keep the momentum rolling as Chronos are now looking to answer back here. As Jez getting a shot on there, is over the crossbar. Skenes will have to scramble back to make that save. Now Cherry, trying an attacking chance. Skenes with a demo there. Now Jez, we're sending it right back at them. Cool. Off the corner wall, Zenith will be here to make the save. A nice touch out to the side. And Manus will look to get this attack going. What can he do with this? Looks like not a lot as Cherry will shut him down. Now Skenes, a nice win over Cool there. Jez will be here to receive it. Zenith touching over Cool, but Jez is there for the fall, but it's off the post. And Cherry was there for the shot, and Manus just back in time. Now Skenes banging it out. Cool there to intercept it straight away. Zenith again just gifted possession over to the opposition, which not really liking that. I would like him to get out to the teammates a bit more. The Chronos side, I think they would have an easier time getting chances in the attack, but nevertheless, Manus getting it past one, looking to get it past the second. He does so, but Jez will turn on that, look to make a play. Look to get it off the corner wall. Zenith will boom it out once more. Cherry with the back, but he does give Skenes a chance to potentially get the ball in, but still comes up empty. And now Zenith will get it out. Cherry has an open net to work with, a poor clearance coming out from the Chronos defense, and it will grant Ascension their first goal of the game.
Yeah, a bit of a freebie there from Sherry as Skenes and Manus just unable to get back in time after a pretty poor clear from Zenith, I believe it was, who was, apologies if I'm struggling with the names here, but they're also similar. But yeah, he's really struggling to get it clear, and just defensively, again, there's pressure. And again, the awkward kickoff, and defenders just can't get back in time, and Jez is going to profit off that one, and Ascension going to double their lead as quickly as they started it.
Yeah, certainly Jez follow-up was perfect there from Cherry's kickoff, and just bangs it in. No defenders there. I think actually the Chronos guys, two defenders, went for back corner boosts, and you know, going for both the corner boosts, it isn't bad necessarily, but I feel like it's really unsafe, and if the opponents could actually counter that, you know, as long as the follow-up's good, they'll have a pretty easy shot on net. So that's why it's probably better to just have, you know, one go for the ball, one cheat up, one go for boost. That would be a much safer kickoff to do, and they wouldn't have this bad of an issue with kickoffs. Now Ascension 2-0 up. Manus is in the corner here with Skenes. Jez, let's boom it down the field. And Zenith picks up on this ball, looking to get an airdrop, but it's quite slow and really dangerous. He actually loses control, but his teammate is there to cover. Now Jez and Cherry arguing over to go for the ball. Jez doesn't want to do it, and Cherry will come in finally, but the defense of Chronos pushed up a little bit too far. Jez looking to center this one, but no one is coming for it just yet. Cool. A bit of a weird flip into that one. We'll still clear it. Jez drop it into the box, and it's a brilliant catch on that one. And we'll look to get the attack going. Looks to go into the sidewall actually. He's going for the ceiling shot. Could he make this work? He does get it off the bat, but with Jez, brilliant read on that one. Now Jez getting this again. Skenes wins this one. Cherry puts it into the center. Zenith will put it into the opposing half. Skenes actually offer a potential redirect. Oh, he lands the touch, but it will not be enough. Jez will be there for the read, but yeah, 2 minutes left now, Savvy. Jez actually coming in for the third goal here. A very nice tag team play there for Ascension, and yeah, 3-0 up, looking very strong once more.
Yeah, it's the combo we've seen so many times this series already. Cool to Jez, and it's such a great shot from Jez, although you have to say again, the Chronos defense is lacking in that. Jez's shot there, although it was a good redirect, is completely free and unchallenged, and the defender just kind of couldn't really get to it from the defense. Oh, what a goal from Sherry. Again, from the kickoff. Jez, such a strong kickoff to beat Zenith there, and Manus just can't react fast enough. Sherry's up so fast and gets the redirect. Absolute peach of a shot from the skyline, and it's 4-0 already.
Yeah, that is a beautiful shot there from Sherry out of the kickoff. Again, just teeing up perfectly. It seems like Ascension's kickoff's looking a lot stronger here. They're able to get possession really quickly, and even got 2 goals straight from it. One earlier from Jez, and that absolute banger from Sherry. It's 4-0 once more, 2 minutes left on the clock, and Jez has another chance here, looking to put it into the far post, and Manus is there, and Sherry accidentally gets a touch back. But Cherry, he's let something challenge, that's a really nice clear out, and Cherry's then will manage as well. Will completely put this attack to bed. Cherry, going for this one, Manus, trying to get this one off the ceiling. He does have his flip to work with, he does actually get over 1, but Jez is prepared to cover 4. Now Cool is up for this one, he is not needed just yet. Jez will be cleaning up on that one, but it is 5-0 here. Yeah, looking really tough here from Chronos, Savvy. It looks like, you know, there's not much they can really do at the moment, is there?
No, I mean, constantly they're just getting beaten to the ball, and that's a really great read from Jez. Cool, obviously, possibly unintentionally faking out the defense with his missed redirect there. We're seeing a fake kickoff coming out, but again, Chronos are pulling out all the tricks, but it's just not working, and Ascension are really punishing pretty hard here. But they've had so much pressure already. Jez alone has 9 shots to his name, and it's just so much pressure, and they just can't keep up with it.
Yeah, indeed, a lot of pressure coming out for Ascension, and they're playing with a lot of confidence now. They're starting to go for some more high-risk plays here, whereas Chronos is still trying to find an answer. There is an infield passer from Manus, but he made it really awkward for himself. This is not the touch that he is really looking for, is it? As now Jez puts it onto the backboard, and here comes Cherry and Cool. Does get blocked though. Cherry is here again, decides to leave it. And Zenith passes it infield. It is a really nice setup, but Manus puts it high. And now Skinner's coming in for another chance, but it is wide once more. Some nice pressure coming out from them, but he can't seem to hit the target here. So Cherry pushes it out to the side. Here comes Skinner to double commit here, but the demo is good. Jez will still be there though. And now both the defenders here for Chronos hesitating is not what we like to see out of them, and it will give Jez a free shot. Now Cherry out onto the side, well, it is coming off the back where here comes Skinner. He misses it, but Cherry doesn't expect that. Now Cool back into the center, and Manus is there for it. Now Jez picks it up once more, looking for a pass into the center for Cool, looking for the redirect. Nice block from Skennis though. Now pushing it back in, looking for the consolation here with no time left, but Cherry will be saying no thanks. Cool will bang it right down the field, and this one will be touching the ground. Ascension 2-0 at match point, Sabi, and yeah, Chronos, their defense is looking, you know, really sketchy here. You know, I saw it in the last minute. There were 2 defenders. They're both in the position to challenge, but they both hesitate, and neither of them went. And they gave Jez a free shot on net, which they were able to save, thankfully. But man, the defense, something they got to fix, Sabi. Otherwise, it's just going to be an absolute disaster for them in the next game.
No, you're exactly right, and I think one of the main problems that's the root causes of this is actually their midfield presence is just so low. I mean, they're constantly either, well, usually hesitating back too much, and that causes the Ascension team to just have so much time in the midfield and just unchallenged pressure. Like I mentioned, Jez has so many shots. We see he's got 10 there now at the end of the game, and if you allow one player to get 10 shots in a game, they're usually going to end up punishing you pretty hard, and that's exactly what Jez has done here with a pretty convincing 5-0 win.
Alright, well, let's see what Chronos can do to turn it round. They've got to do it now. Let's see if they can do it. Ascension on match point. The Chronos side really struggling in this series so far, getting absolutely battered in the first 2 games. Now they'll just have to play with full confidence here, give it everything they've got, because if they want to win this series, they've got to do 3 games in a row, and it's going to be no easy task here, as they've been the ones on the back end all this series. Now Zenith will look to start up. He actually makes a solo play. Zenith, the 1v3 coming out. Finally, Chronos get themselves on the board, and yeah, really nice solo play here, Savvy.
Yeah, it's really impressive. I think he gets the fake on Jez, and Cherry just isn't quite expecting it. He has a little bit too much faith in his teammate there. And Zenith there, great bit of control. Really punishes the Ascension defense for their first lead of the series, so congratulations to them. Picking up that really nice start. And looking to continue it, Skenis. What a play. Not even registering a shot for that one. He gets the kickoff, and with a bit of quick thinking, he just follows it up, and Cherry is a bit too late and ends up pinching off the top of his car. 136 kilometers an hour. That's an absolute banger into the top corner.
Yeah, 2-0 already, Savvy. That is something I thought I'd never see out of this game. That's a really unexpected start for Chronos, but it's one they'll definitely be happy with, and they'll look to hold on to it here. Still 4.5 minutes though for Ascension. They're a very dangerous squad, so Chronos got to be careful. As another struck comes in, brilliant save from Zenith. That's what we like to see out of him. Cherry is up. This Jez also up. That's a pretty risky double commit, but Cool will be there to cover forward on the Zenith. Missing this one. Cool with the ceiling shot gets it under Skenis. Now Jez up for this onto the backboard as the Cherry for 1-1, and net is wide open. The pressure is too much for Chronos as they crumble there, and finally Ascension respond.
Yeah, once again, that characteristic speed that Ascension have had all series. Jez was just being the defense out there, getting the touch off the wall. Maybe he was trying to shoot that one, but he won't mind. The ball's in the back of the net. They're making their comeback now. It's 2-1, and they've got a little bit left to do, but with the amount of pressure they've had in the past few games, and already in this one, it's looking like they're still on the same form that they were on in the past few games. Yeah,
certainly. So they'll have to just make sure they keep up their game. They're playing spectacularly well right now. They can definitely make this comeback. So of course they've got to be careful there, as that is a massive commit as the third man there. Cherry does find the equalizer here. Oh boy, it was that quick to get back in the game, Savvy. They have done it. Only took them like, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, not long at all. Cherry picking up his second of the game and their second of this game. Ascension tying it up here with plenty of time left to go. And I'm sure they're feeling quite comfortable now that they've got past this early scare that Chronos have given them.
Yeah, certainly. So let's see if Chronos can get a bit of confidence back in themselves, because they had a bit of momentum going into this third game, but it seems to have been already killed by Ascension as Manus tries to work it infield, but there's no one there to support him. Skenis up for us, but Cool wins that 50. Comes in. It's not the best touch in the world, but it will buy a little bit of time at least. This is now Manus. As it out to the right, it's what I like to see. Skenis looking to get it into the box, but Cool, brilliant read on that one. As Dennis throws it onto the backboard, but I don't think anyone can follow this up. They're a bit jumbled up, the Chronos side. They'll be forced to drop back. As Jez, nice high touch. There's Dennis. It's ready on the backboard though. Cherry. It's the corner. Max will be the one to get this away. Cool is there. Beats out one. Looking to make the pass in the middle. Actually baits in Zenith, but Skenis there holds his nerves and makes a save. Now the counter attack here is shot down by Cherry. This one dropping into the box again. Manus forced to send it away, and Jez again keeping up this pressure. They want to keep it going until they score, but Manus will get a massive clear still. Cherry has it back to Zenith. A weak touch coming in, a bit awkward for Cherry, and Skenis will take possession. Now he's in a bit of a one-on-one situation, tries to get it past Cool, but Jez will be there for the save. But yeah, still 2-2, Savvy. Ascension again having a nice long stint of pressure there, but Chronos finally did break out, but it looks like Chronos will be forcing the back foot once more.
Yeah, as you say, I mean, Chronos have had their fair share of pressure. I mean, they've been getting the ball forwards. There's no doubt about that. They aren't finding that end result. I mean, since Zenith's first goal, they actually haven't had a single shot. And what they need to do is they're piecing together these attacks, but they need to find that end result. And whether that's going to be through passing plays like this one, or whether it's going to be through more bump plays like we saw earlier, is yet to be seen.
Yeah, it looks like they were going for more of the passes a bit earlier in this game. It's just a massive double commit from them on the defense, but I was actually liking it. You don't see passing much in Division 3, but they were doing it a little bit earlier in the game. It's just that they couldn't get past the final harder, and that was finding the shot on net. It just seemed like there was no one there for it, but they have the right idea, I will admit that. So let's see if they can keep it going. That's a nice drop there from Zenith, but Manus couldn't get that one in as it was wide. Now Skenis doesn't miss that one. Jez looking to pass it infield, but Zenith has a nice interception on that one. Good to keep it going. They're looking for the demo. He does get it. Gives Skenis a chance to put this one to center, but it's not the best touch really. Now Cool will pick up on it. Scanner's looking to potentially demo him there. Now Jez, tap it to the side. Cool, putting it into the corner. Jez can't reach it, but Cherry is there. Now let's keep the pressure on Cherry, trying to find another touch, but Mans gets a clear over to Zenith. But not a lot of boost to work with, but he works it into the opponent's half. That touch is not desirable. Cool and Jez here, 2v1 situation. It will be past the entire defense. Mans though comes up clutch, gets this one away. So Cherry keep the pressure on Jez for a shot. It is well wide though. So Zenith will pick up the boost here. Try to work this one out again. Cool does drop it. Cherry does boom it down the field. Skenis will be there for the save. Now back into the midfield. Cool puts it into the corner. Cherry looking to drop it back down to him. It's a very nice touch, but it is blocked again. Cool with the shot. Now 30 seconds left. Savvy Ascension still piling on pressure, but Chronos holding on very well. The defense is looking a lot sharper than the last couple of games.
Yeah, their goalkeeping is looking a little bit more organised this game, and that's really going to benefit them, because in the past that's what they really struggled with. Just they're banging it up towards his own half, but other than that, it's really been the good work of Chronos who have really got themselves out of trouble in these sticky situations.
Yeah, but in a sticky situation here, oh no, that is really tough to watch. There are two whips on the Chronos side, Savvy, and Zenith's the last one, couldn't make the save. That is heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah, that makes it 3 for 3 on Caster's curses this season. Jez there picking up a goal which could possibly win the series if Chronos can't react faster. We did see a kick-off goal earlier. It looks like they're trying something creative now. We'll see if they can tie it up in the last second.
Oh, they almost have it, but Cherry will kill it. Mans had the shot there, and there we go. The sweep here, as we expected. Sabi 2-0 for Ascension. A really unexpected turn of events right at the end, but Ascension, they'll be happy to pick this one up. A perfect series there. A bit of a scare in that last game, but still they managed to pull through. And yeah, it wasn't really Chronos' day here. They really struggled from start to finish. Showed some sparks of brilliance that last game though, but yeah, they'll be walking away with a 0-3 defeat here.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate for them. They did play quite well towards the end, although at the start, again, they were plagued by the same issues of just the defensive organisation. We saw when they had the chance to get forwards and they actually got the chance to put shots on net, they actually ended up benefiting quite well, because they scored quite a few goals in the series compared to how much pressure they had and how many shots they had, rather. But it's just not enough against such an aggressive-minded Ascension team, which is just so strong and so consistent, and it's just not enough.
Yeah, definitely. Chronos, I feel like they were always getting outpaced by Ascension, and whilst their defense was much stronger in that third game, it just wasn't enough. Their attacks looked very uncoordinated. You know, they were able to get passing plays going, sure, but all the times they scored, it just seemed to be off of solo plays usually, and when they tried a passing play, they just couldn't find that shot on net, unfortunately. And, you know, really unfortunate for Chronos here. Now, surely they can look over those replays and find out what to do better for next time, because I see potential in this team. They could definitely challenge for the playoff spots if they continue to grow and improve as a team. But yeah, there's a lot to work on for the Chronos side. But yeah, it's the way it is. Ascension, very strong performance here. Gotta give props to them here.
Yeah, definitely, and as you say, Chronos very promising. Definitely a team that had a lot of experience winning, as we mentioned. They just come out of a great series, a great season last season, winning their division and getting promoted. So hopefully that taste for more winning, which they've experienced quite a lot in the past, is going to drive them towards improvement, and they're going to be one of those top teams that we see contending for the playoff spots. Yeah,
certainly. So that'll be a story for later on in the season. We'll see if Chronos can do it. But yeah, very good performance from the teams here. Of course, GG, well played to both the Ascension rosters. We now have proof who's the better one, I suppose, in here. But that is all we have today, unfortunately, guys. Only one match, but we hope you did enjoy the game. Thank you again, Sappy, for joining me in the casting booth. It was nice to have you here. And of course, thank you to Timmy behind the scenes for streaming. And once more, thanks to you guys, the audience, for watching. Again, hope you did enjoy. Sappy, anything else you want to say before we end off?
Nothing in particular. I just think I think next time we have a stream should be on Thursday, I believe, if not tomorrow. So join us then, and we'll have some more high-quality ECC action for you, ready for hopefully some other divisions getting featured here in Season 5.
Yeah, I believe on Thursday we might have a Champions Division match. I think that one is Wind and Rain against Sakura Blues. So yeah, that'll be exciting to see that one. We'll get to see the pinnacle of ECC gameplay here. But that's it, everyone, for tonight. Thanks once more for watching, and I hope you all do enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you guys next time. Good night, everyone.